Check out this Roadshow Rewind.
We have all heard these stories of families squabbling over a loved one's estate or end-of-life care. A lot of these situations can be prevented with some open communication and some preemptive planning. That is so true. Here to share some tips of creating those plans, Kathleen Ryan, Executive VP at Washington Trust Wealth Management. Good morning.
Good morning, Will.
We were just talking. You said you've had a lot of these stories coming up in the past few weeks, and it really can rip a family apart. It's something no family wants to talk about, but something you have to talk about.
I think we'd all like to think that these kinds of differences won't happen with our family, but it does happen all too regularly. And there are ways that you can prevent these differences from occurring and conflict in the estate administration process or caring for a loved one who's dealing with end-of-life illness. There are ways of putting together an end-of-life care plan that will cover advanced planning, making sure that there's a communication of wishes, and also just making sure that there are directives for how the estate administration will be handled, and making sure you have the right person chosen to lead that.
And it really doesn't take a lot to do it. It's pretty simple. I mean, I know you folks can help families with that. So let's go over some of your tips, starting with medical decision and final arrangements. Nobody wants to talk about this, but you got it.
Right. A lot of people know that they should have a will or should be thinking about estate planning documents. That incorporates healthcare powers of attorney, funeral agent designations, making sure that you have your wishes spelled out for how you want your care to be handled, whether it's provisions for heroic measures or life-sustaining treatment, making sure that you have an agent designated to make those decisions for you if you can't do it for yourself.
You also suggest having a family meeting to discuss the planning, and I would imagine having the person who you're talking about there is also helpful, so everybody's on the same page.
This is a very important tip, and I think for many families, sometimes the topic is not the most pleasant to bring up, and so parents might be reluctant to talk to children about their end-of-life illnesses, how they want to be treated in their estate administration. But having that family meeting can be so helpful to everyone to make sure that the parents' wishes are communicated to the children. So there's no misunderstanding, there's no surprises that occur when a parent is terminally ill or death occurs.
You're also talking about the importance of having a will. Now, folks think, all right, I need to be someone older to have a will. That is not the case. If you are married, if you have kids, get a will, have a will. Even if you're single, have a will. And it doesn't take a lot.
That's right. If you're over 18, you should think about having a will. A will will make the probate estate administration much easier, and it'll make sure that your wishes regarding the distribution of your assets will be carried out because it will all be spelled out. If you don't have a will, there are provisions under state law for how your assets will be distributed, and we find very often that's not exactly how the individual would like their assets distributed.
Name an executor.
Yes, very important decision. The executor is really the party that you're selecting who's going to carry out your wishes, so you want someone that you trust, that you know will be able to follow those wishes for you.
And it doesn't take a lot to do this, but can end a lot of heartache in the end. So thanks, Kathleen, for coming in with us this morning. For more information on end-of-life plans with Washington Trust, head to roadshow.com.
Sure to catch the Road Show weekday mornings at 9 on WPRI 12.